All right, everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And I want to give a shout out to Sneaky Pete for kind of a little bit of the inspiration for this video. And I want to talk about mods, but we're going to talk about mods in relation to your credits, right? And credits are something that, like in the early game, they're going to be a huge crunch for you, right? They're going to be something that you're going to run out of a lot. So let's get into the video, guys. So I want to first go to the mod store because I just want to, break this down a little bit. So I have, over 100 million credits, right? And then regular credits and 16 million fleet credits. The reason I have that many in stock is just I'm at the point where, the mods that I don't have the slicing materials for to buy more mods than I already do, right? But like this mod is not going to do enough for me. Like 3 speed at the start, just, it's not really worth it for me. So I only try and buy mods at the point that I'm at with 5 speed. But if you're a player where, like I said, and I'll buy this just for the video, it's whatever. Like, what does it matter? But like if you're a player where you need a speed mod with, for this set, right? You're just gonna buy it because 3 speed is better than 0, right? And if it gets a single roll, let's say it goes to 6 speed. 6 speed is better than 3 speed, right? So you guys are kind of seeing the thought process there that, the reason you want to use your credits for the mod store is that you can get some really good mods in here. You see the secondaries right away, and that's a lot more beneficial than when you get a mod like this and you have no idea what those secondary stats are, right? The caveat to this is obviously credits are limited. So how can you ensure that you're, saving credits, right? So I will buy this mod because I do want to use this as an example later. So let's go into the roster here, right? And we're going to take a quick short break and pay homage to our king, Wampa. If you guys want to see Wampa hit Relic 8 live on stream, all you got to do, get this channel to 5,000 subscribers, guys, right? We hit 5,000 subscribers. I will hold a special live stream where we take Wampa from Relic 5 all the way up to Relic 8. You guys know Wampa is our king, and even though he's not always in our teams, he's always right here in our hearts. Okay, so let's talk about, modding. Give me 1 second here. My cat is going to be really naughty here in about a minute, I think. I might have to pause. Anyway, we're going to power on. So with mods, right, it gets to be super expensive to level up your mods, right? It gets super expensive to, move them around, right? One of the reasons that, you can save on your credits is that if there are characters like, my Inquisitors, right, that, I'm not really using that much, or, like these guys down here, if you don't equip mods to them, right, because it does cost to, remove a mod. Now, it doesn't cost a lot of, like, crystals, right? It doesn't cost a lot of credits. Hold on. Cat's starting to be... Hey. Oh, my gosh. You guys know the drill by now. But, like, it costs, what was that, 9,000 credits? Like, that's not... Or 4,000 credits. That's not that much. And you think you throw another one on there that's, like, call it 10,000 credits to switch mods out. It does add up over time, right? I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't. But as you progress through, like obviously to me, I don't even think about it, right? I just do it. But if you want to save yourself some currency, right, you don't equip mods to those characters until you're ready to use them, right? Someone like me, I just don't care at this point. Like, I found it a little bit more beneficial to have mods on characters because, when the Inquisitors were needed, when the Inquisitors were needed for like those galactic challenges, it was nice to have mods on them so they could at least beat some higher levels, right? So it's just something to keep in mind. But I do want to go up to the top because I want to slice this mod and kind of show you guys a little bit of how you can also save some, credits, right? And I don't know if I've covered this before, but I think it's a good thing to cover all the time. So when you get a mod, right? And we're going to start with, I've got some other mods in here. So let's start with this offense mod right here. So you can see each upgrade level, gets higher and higher, right? But I want to show a big change here. Going from 12 to 15 is a, 160,000 credit difference. And the reason why you only want to go to 12 is that 12 will give you all of the different roles for this mod, right? For a gold mod. So right here, it's going to tell me all of the different roles that are going to happen for this mod. And look, none of it rolled for speed. So this, to me, like, I don't need this 3 speed, right? I don't need 3 speed in my roster. So I'm not going to waste 160,000 credits on this mod. I'm just going to, eventually ditch it. And like if I go and, manage this, I just want to sell this particular mod. Oh, I guess I have a bunch of mods I need to go through. So, but for that mod in particular, right, I'm just going to sell it. Like it's not worth the, points to level up. For a purple mod, right, so what I'll do is I want to get to revealing all the stats. And there's no speed, right? So to me, I'm not going to keep that mod. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one, right? And it rolled 5 speed, right? So now I've got 5 speed on this mod, right? It's got really, it's got some pretty decent secondaries. So we're going to get it to 12 and see what we get here. Holy, let's go. All right, we're keeping this mod, that's for sure. And I'm going to, I don't have enough of these. Yep, that is a beautiful mod. Oh, we're definitely keeping that. Where's, I think Chrysanthemum could use something like this. Just to put it on somebody for right now. It's not going to stay on him. I just want to get it on somebody. So that was a brilliant, we rolled the speed, right? And then we took it the rest of the way. With blue mods, I will show you what you do, right? Is you take it to 6 and you see if it rolls speed, right? So you kind of do the same thing. You want to just reveal the secondary stats on that mod. So, that way, sure, I spent some currency, but I didn't spend an absurd amount, right? So then what I want to do is I'm going to just filter these. I'm going to manage my mods. And I'm going to filter only on those mods. And I want to select all and sell. So I'm going to sell these mods for 62,000 currency, right? Which isn't anything ridiculous, right? I think that's actually less than what I invested in them as far as I don't know if can you guys hear my cat? She's sneezing. Nim Nim. Nim. But anyway, sorry. I do apologize if you guys can hear this in the background because it is loud. So we'll go to a couple other mods, right? And doing the same thing where what you want to do is just go through these and figure out which mods are worth keeping and which ones are worth selling. And for your roster, it's obviously going to be different than mine. I have very different, I have much higher, like this mod, I'm just going to keep that, right? I'm not going to level it to, I might level it just to see what we end up rolling here because it's speed. And of course, it didn't roll the one stat that I want. I want it to roll health. But it is what it is. We'll find somebody for it. See what else we have down here. Is anything worth keeping for me? Nope. No, no, no. All right. And we'll move on to these. There's nothing here. Nope. Trying to see if I have any other mods to show you guys the... Oh, all right. Here we go. Got a health mod. So again, another one. We're going to take this to, level 12, right? Because I want to just reveal the secondaries. I want to see if I can get speed rolls. And it rolled to 8 speed, which, I'll just kind of bank that for now. I'm at the point where I could use this on somebody, but, I try to only go 10 or above right now. That's just kind of my threshold for what my account needs. So we'll try this just to see if any of these roll speed. Defense, I'm not keeping that. That's just... So now what I'll do is I'll go to my manage mods and I'll sell all of these that I don't think are worth it, right? So what you guys saw there, right? Hopefully you guys are still understanding what I did. Is I saved myself, currency by only going to the stats that are helpful for my roster. If you would roll those mods and they don't get speed, just sell it. It's not worth it to you, right? It's not worth it for you to take that to level 15 if it doesn't have that speed, because, if you have all these mods without speed, they're not really doing anything for your roster, right? I do need to find a home for that Chrysanthemum mod because, someone can use that speed. I just don't know who. But another way to think about this, guys, another way you can think about the way that you want this to work is, you want to have this, I'm just going to go to 3PO for a second here. you want to make sure that you have the enough credits that you can buy mods, level up characters, but also that you've got that leeway that for me, if I see a bunch of really good mods in the store, I want to be able to buy them, right? Like I want to be able to pull the trigger on these and not think about it, right? So the one other way you can do this with credits, right? So we talked about this with mods, right? That with mods, you only want to level them up to a certain level, right? You only want them to reveal the secondaries and see if they're going to help you or not, right? The other thing you can do is, one, you cannot star your characters, but you also don't need to take them to level 85 right away. And this is a mistake I see a lot of players make. Like I've got Ben Solo, right? I just unlocked Ben Solo for Conquest. I'm not using Ben. There's no reason for me to take him to level 85 gear 3, right? Like you guys can see with some of these characters, that I was not always this smart. Some of these I had to take to level 85, right? So like Jawas, I will say, Jawas are because back in the day, you actually needed Jawas to unlock, they was crit damage mods. So they actually had to have gear. My Phoenix Squadron, right? But like, there are some characters that I've taken to level 85 where it just didn't make sense. But again, just trying to paint the picture for you guys that if you want to save, credits so that way you have more, stuff to buy mods, don't just, spend it silly, right? Like don't take these characters level 85 or whatever just because you got them. Like just hoard it because you're not going to use them. Same thing goes with ships. You can use ship credits the same way. Obviously, I'm at a very different point in my roster where I'm not spending my ship credits is like I have the endurance at level 85. I don't know why I did that. But then like I haven't invested any of the prestige. And like you look at my, Radis and it's level 1, no abilities, right? Because I'm not using it. So that's another way that you can save those ship credits, right? Because ship credits also can get you mods. So there's really like those 2 credits are just so important to getting mods. And I thought it was really a good idea to show you not only how am I saving credits when I think through my process in modding, right? Of like, I'm not just going to take a mod to level 15 right away. I'm going to see, is it going to help me? And then I'm also going to make sure that, if you're lower level guys, right, remember that you don't need to equip mods. I just do it because like, to me, 4,000 credits means nothing, right? That's pennies. But also that, you sell those mods then and you get some credits back. So if you don't ever like, how do I say this? Like if you just get a mod from something and you sell it, you've made credits on that, right? So again, they're kind of something that you'll always end up losing credits on mods just because like you're not going to get to, like if I would go and sell a mod that I invested the whole way, you're not going to get that much. You just aren't. But again, I think that's enough. I think I've rambled enough for you guys. Talked a little bit about mods, showed you my process for leveling them up. I've done a few like this, but I don't know that I talked one in depth about the credit side of it. And I think the credit side is just as important as the, stats side of it because, knowing all the stats and knowing what you want is great. But if you don't have the credits to actually act on that, then your knowledge is pointless, right? Where having the credits is better than having the knowledge because at least you could get lucky with those credits where, with the knowledge, like you're not going to get the credits. So make sure that you have those credits available to you to unlock these mods, guys. As always, smash that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one, guys. May the force be with you. Cheers.